Prynhawn da, a chroeso I ddinas Cardiff ac I seremoni radio Prifysgol Cardiff. Good afternoon and welcome to the city of Cardiff and to the graduation ceremony of Cardiff University. I'm Dr. Chris Turner, and it's with great pleasure that as University Director I welcome you all to today's graduation ceremony. We are here to celebrate our students' achievements, and I'm particularly pleased to welcome parents, family and friends to join in this celebration. I'm joined here on the stage by the Chair of the Council, the Vice-Chancellor, the academic staff and the Students' Union President. The Chair of the Council, Mr. John Jeans, will formally open proceedings, and then the proclamation will be read by Tegid Sean Richards from the School of Welsh. Following this, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Colin Reardon, will receive students to their award. Beside me is Professor Paul Atkinson, the university's orator, and later he will introduce our honorary fellow. Honorary fellowships are awarded at our graduation ceremonies to those who have achieved international distinction in their field, and today we're honoured to welcome Madeleine Bunting. Students, today marks a marvellous milestone in your life, as it does in the lives of those who've supported you over the last few years. And it's good to see that so many of them are here today. Now, I'm sure it will enhance your understanding and enjoyment of the day if we spend just a few moments going through the procedures for the ceremony. Now, for those of you receiving an award today, perhaps you thought that passing your exams was the biggest challenge in gaining your degree. But an even bigger challenge awaits you today. You have still to cross this stage and shake hands with the correct person. Try not to seek your award from anyone other than the Vice-Chancellor. The order of proceedings is included in the programme, along with the words used for the various stages of the ceremony and under the relevant heading. A presenter will read out the names of the students being received to the same award. When each name is called, the student will ascend the stage, walk towards the Vice-Chancellor and shake his hand. Now, whilst past experience has shown this to be a little more challenging than it sounds, your approach to the stage and your return to your seat will be carefully guided by our specially trained marshals. So don't worry, once the ceremony is underway, it really is a case of follow the leader. When you leave the stage, you will stand with your group facing the stage, and the Vice-Chancellor will formally receive you to your awards. You will doff in reply, and you'll then be reseated by the marshals. When all awards have been received, students will be asked to stand to receive the university's greetings. Can I also invite you to clap after the Vice-Chancellor has admitted each group of graduates to their awards? Cheering and general whooping is also permitted at this point. Finally, can I please ask that you check to ensure that your mobile phones are switched off? Enjoy the ceremony.
Prynhawn da, a croeso I Gaerdydd. Good afternoon. Welcome to Cardiff, to St David's Hall and to our 2013 graduation ceremony. My name is John Jeans and I'm Chair of the University's Council here in Cardiff. Congratulations. All of you sitting there patiently waiting to be admitted as graduates of this magnificent university deserve congratulations several times over. Firstly, congratulations on winning admission in the first place. Cardiff is one of the most sought-after universities in the UK. Admission standards are very high, and for every one of you sitting there, 6 or 7 other applicants were fighting keenly to be in your place today. I said one of the most sought-after universities in the UK, but of course I should have said one of the most sought-after in the world. Since many of you have travelled great distances to enjoy the challenges and the rewards of a Cardiff University degree course. Cardiff students are valued around the world for their skills, knowledge and attitude. Secondly, congratulations on all you've achieved in your academic studies. Research-led teaching is one of the distinctive features of Cardiff University. Many of you will have participated in research projects, learned to ask new questions and to challenge conventional wisdom. Whatever you do in life, I hope that the free, inquiring Cardiff state of mind will stay with you. We also pride ourselves on involving you, the students, in the development and direction of your courses. This year, 80% of you took part in the National Student Survey, placing Cardiff's response rate significantly higher than the sector average. You gave your feedback on your experiences in Cardiff in areas such as assessment, learning resources and personal development. Your opinions will greatly help us in planning for the future. You should also be congratulated for studying at the fine academic schools, part of the College of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences represented here today. The School of Music is one of the largest in the UK, offering research-led teaching in a wide range of disciplines, including mathematics and music, historical musicology, composition, ethnomusicology and popular music. Its graduates are to be found throughout the music profession as teachers, administrators and practitioners. And in the recent birthday honours, 2 former students were awarded MBEs for services to music, Eric Phillips and the conductor of Only Men Allowed, Tim Rhys-Evans. The School of Social Sciences works closely with policymakers and practitioners in Wales and further afield, providing opportunities for students to engage with the real-world application of social science research methods and ideas. Students are taught by staff who are world leaders in their field. They learn the craft and science of generating empirical data and developing theoretically sophisticated interdisciplinary analytical skills. Many students go on to have successful careers in government, education, the health service, social work and the criminal justice system. Congratulations too on what you've contributed to Cardiff, to Wales and the wider world. In recent years, students have successfully combined study with setting up their own businesses and raising many thousands of pounds for charity. Their efforts have helped the homeless here in Cardiff and paid for clean water in Africa, among many other good causes. Many of you will have taken part in Student Volunteering Cardiff, one of the largest such schemes in the country. You have given more than 80,000 hours of your most precious commodity, your time, in the past year, helping more than 900 people every week. You are a prime reason why Cardiff University is so valued in its home community. Sport plays an important part in university life, and your contribution has been enormous again this year. You retained the Varsity Shield for Cardiff, and several of you have competed on the international stage in rowing, cycling, judo, and more. One of your fellow students, Jenny McLaughlin, achieved Paralympic success, winning a bronze medal at the London Games, a great honour for Jenny and the university. Finally, of course, congratulations on today becoming a fine Cardiff University graduate. Around the world, Cardiff graduates are leaders in business, in the arts, in healthcare, and of course, in all fields of academic study. I know you will build on their achievements. But there's one other group to be congratulated too: parents, partners and families. Congratulations not only on finding your way to our lovely city today, but on the support you've shown those graduating, which has been key to their success. 2 years ago, I was in this auditorium watching my daughter receive her degree, and therefore have a very special empathy for the emotions you're feeling today. I can vividly recall the sense of pride at seeing my daughter walk across the stage and shake the Vice-Chancellor's hand, and can assure you that this moment will live long in your memory, especially as that wonderful photograph of the smiling graduate will, I'm sure, soon have pride of place in your home. I'm confident that those graduating today will allow you a sense of shared pride in their accomplishments, and I'm delighted you can join us for this very special celebration. For all those graduating, this is not the end of your association with Cardiff University. It is, I hope, the beginning of a new one. Value and cherish your time at Cardiff University and remember it fondly in the years to come. Thank you.
I will now read the proclamation, first in Welsh, then in English. Nerth glad ei gwybodaeth. Boed hysbys I holl aelodau'r Brifysgol ac ar hyd y lled y byd, fod cynulliad o Brifysgol Cardiff yn cael ei gynnal heddiw ym Mhrifddinas Cymru. O dan awdurdod siarter frenhinol y Brifysgol, mae'r cynulliad hwn yn cyfarfod I dderbyn y myfyriwr sydd yn rhinweddu eu hystudiaethau a'u hysgolheictod, wedi haroli'n briodol yn unol â statudau'r Brifysgol ac wedi cael yn deilwng o'i graddau. Wrth ddathlu llwyddiant y rai sy'n graddio yn y cynulliad hwn, fe atgoffon o'i cyfrifoldeb I gyfrannu o werthoedd y Brifysgol hon. Nod iddynt hwy yw ceisio drwy ei cyflawniadau wasanaethu lles pawb, ymdrechu sicrhau rhagoriaeth ym mhob peth ac ymboeni am ddyfodol ein byd. Gwrandewch yn awchus ar ddoethineb, gan ei fod yn cynnig gobaith a gwirionedd ym mhob cenedlaeth. Nerth glad ei gwybodaeth, a nation's strength is in its learning. Let it be known to all members of the university and throughout the world that today in the capital city of Wales, a congregation of Cardiff University is taking place. Under the authority of the university's Royal Charter, this congregation meets to receive those students who, by virtue of their studies and scholarships, have been appropriately examined according to the statutes of the university and found worthy of their degrees. We celebrate the success of those who graduate in this congregation and in doing so remind them of their responsibility to share in the values of this university. It is for them to seek, through their achievements, to serve the common good, to strive for excellence on all things, and care for the future of our world. Be attentive to wisdom, for it offers hope and truth in every generation.
Rwy fi yr athro David Wyn-Jones yn cyflwyno'r rhai sydd wedi derbyn gradd baglor yn y celfyddydau. I, Professor David Wyn-Jones, introduce those who have received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Catherine Allen. Lucy Avery. Louise Mary Axon. Matthew Boswell. Emily Rhiannon Burden. Lucy Rebecca Meredith. Victor Valentinov Minkov. Amy Louise Corners. Rebecca Gardner. Laura McMahon. Zoe Pellick. Joseph Harry Campbell Robert. Louisa Turner. Lauren Webb. Rosemary Brown. Hannah Owen. Kira Costello. Graham Malcolm Payne.
Pnawn da, good afternoon. I'm just going to explain briefly what happens now. When the students are gathered in a group, I address them in Welsh. Now, those of you who don't speak Welsh won't understand it, and it's quite possible that those of you who do speak Welsh won't understand it either. So I'm just going to tell you what it says in English. So I will be saying, through the authority conferred upon me by the university, I receive you to the award, and I'll name the award, and all the honours and privileges which pertain thereto. So I'll do that now, and I'll do the same thing for every group. Tor awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd I mi, derbynu ar chwi I raddbagor yn y Cylfedd y Dau ac ei holl freiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Rwy fi ar athro David Wyn Jones yn cyflwyno rhai sydd wedi derbyn gradd Bachelor mewn Cerddoriaeth. I, Professor David Wyn Jones, introduce those who have received the degree of Bachelor of Music. Matthew Barneville. Danielle Barrett. Lawrence Robert Beveridge. Hannah Lucy Boyce. Christina Bradford. Charlotte Ann Chadwick. Jacob Michael Cooper. Jonathan Luke Vincent Crocker. Rachel Davis. Nathan James Dearden. Kit Dennison. Tanya Druitt. Charlotte Ann Edwards. Charlotte Louise Fleming. Daniel John Flew. Sarah Euleli Ghazi Tabati. Matthew James Giles. Isha Glenn. Emily Greenwood. Emma Grimsey. Rachel Catherine Gunderson. Sophie Hill. Ruth Martha Holliman. Ria Hughes. Rhian Rachel Hughes.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I raddbagor mewn cerddoriaeth ac I holl freiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Sarah Louise Keel. Catherine Maria King. David Jeffrey Langley. Sophie Lewis. Rosie Ellen Long. Hannah Marshall. Rhys McLaughlin. Sandy Rose Middleton. Naomi Morgan. Sophie Murray. Philip Moses Nichols. Hannah Ruth Petherick. Bryony Jane Quinn. Owen Reeves. Claire Robertson Woolidge. Christabel Sadowski. Guy Shotton. Thomas Edward Ellis Sim. Ashley Snape. Jeffrey Stevens. James Symington. Amelie Denise Irene Taylor. Peter Wagstaff. Rhys Ward. Guy Withers.
Rhai awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd i mi, derbynnu a phwy i radd baglor mewn cerddoriaeth ac i hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor Malcolm Williams, introduce those who have received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Amy Louise Alfai. Georgina Asadi. Abigail May Bedford. Junara Begum. Tara Louise Bishop. Bethan Davis. Megan Eels. Rebecca Claire Elias. Keris Jean Evans. Elizabeth Field. Jessica Foster. Non Geraint. Jessica Ann Hacoil. Harriet Ann Edith Halsey. Laura Harrington. Chelsea Paulette Hayward. Amy Louise Hill. Sophie Howe. Lauren Hughes. Rebecca Sean Hooson. Holly Jones. Laura Knowles Smith. Rebecca Kate Lobb.
Awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddiedoedd i mi, derbyniaf chwi i radd bagor yn y celfyddydau ag i'w holl freiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Shona MacDonald. Roswyn Morgan. Olivia Payne. Elizabeth Abigail Roberts. Julie Marie Rysop. Rebecca Louise Shears. Rebecca Simpson. Victoria Swain. Geraint Francis Williams. Nikki Wright. Hannah Brown. Versha Champaneri. Kelly Freeman. William Gittins. Alicia Goulding. Stephanie Ola Goward. Kirsty Louise Hatcher. Scott David Kirpin. Laura Rhodes. Louise Eleanor Maria Tapper Johnson. Sophie Taylor. Tulerai Williams.
Rhaid awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I radd bagor yn y celfyddydau ac I hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor Malcolm Williams, introduce those who have received the degree of Bachelor of Economic and Social Studies. Emma Atke. Selina Bayliss. Rosie Bowen. Catherine Burnett. Alice Faye Burrows. Andre Shomin Caderas. Hannah Lowry George. Bethan Jenkins. Thomas Joseph Jordan. Thomas Alexander List. Amy Leanne Sambrook. Brent Williams. Danielle Bonner. Chantal Bowring. Kelly Carey Jones. Abigail Joan Clayton. Jodie Crabb. Sophie Cross. Hannah Nicole Davis. Chayal Essery. Joanna Etherington. Chloe Florence Flynn. Rebecca Bethan Francis. Thomas Jordan Edward Goodman.
Rhaid awdurdod o Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd I mi, derbynu a chwi I radd bagor mewn astudiaethau economaeth a chymdeithasol ac I hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Alex Hawker, Masoni bin Jani, Catherine King, Laura Knoll, Kelly Knott, James Roy Laird, Henrietta Frances Louise Leonard, Rhys McGann, Gemma McLaughlin, Catherine Melville, Ben Moffat, Grace Louise Piggott, Victoria Muriel Poole, Victoria Rachel Powell, Amy Jane Riley, Nicholas Riley, Shonad Wynne Roberts, Natasha Silverina, Charlotte Singleton, Sarah Elizabeth Stevens, Claire Stinton, Mary Sullivan, Alexandra Tennant,
Awdurdod o Brifysgol ymddiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf hwy I raddfagwr mewn astudiaethau economaidd a chymdeithasol ag I hofreiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Helen Kendra Thomas, Christopher Watts, Charlotte Whiffen, Andrew White, Sarah White, Tamar Wilkins, Edward Wollaston, Lucy Crowell, Rachel Haley, Rhiannon Kerry Hislop, Louise Tanner, Naomi Morant, Emily Stafford. Alexandra Tarry. Patrick Anderson. Mika Jones. Zachary William Elkin. Paul Thompson. Beth Wellsbury. Hayley Michelle Dunstan. Alexandra Elaine Freeman. Georgia Louise Harvey.
Dwi awdurdod y Brifysgol ymddiriedwyd i mi derbyniaf hwy i raddbagwr mewn astudiaethau economaidd a chymdeithasol ac i hwfreiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Nicola Claire Porter. Leanne Elizabeth Powell. Amanda Carly Smith. Bethan Meyer Williams. Alice Butler. Hannah Crow. Dorothy Baker Hassan. Kerry Louise Bennett. Kate Louise Bynon. Amy Sean Bodymead. Abigail Carlyle. Eleanor Clark. Rebecca Ann Cooper. Hayley Daniel. Charlotte Victoria Davis. Camila Ellis. Stephanie Evans. Dominic Guerin. Rebecca Goodall. Helen Gunderson. Olivia Harrison Moulding. Beth Meyer Hodgkins. Emma Instrol.
Rhai awdurdod o Brifysgol ymddiriedwyd i mi derbyniaf hwy i raddbagwr mewn astudiaethau economaidd a chymdeithasol ac i hwfreiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Ellen Rose James. Zoe John. Lauren Lovelock. Bethan Maddox. Anna Lucy McLaughlin. James Payne. Sophie Kate Charlotte Parilla. Hayley Leanne Parsons. Martha Perry. Hannah Louise Phillips. Sapphire Ann Elizabeth Rees Wilson. Christy Justine Rees Brown. Emily Schwer. Gemma Shaw. Alexandra Louise Smith. Rebecca Smith. Amy Beth Thomas. Sophie Thompson. Keris Rianne Waters. Georgina Watmore. Peter Williams. Louise Megan Winthorpe.
Rhaid awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddriedwyd I mi derbyniaf hwy I raddbagrwr mewn astudiaethau economaidd a chymdeithasol ac I hwfreiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor Malcolm Williams, introduce those who have received the degree of Bachelor of Science. Barnaby Volker Benson. Madeline Blitz. Victoria Edwards. Rhys Thomas Elliott. Lauren Farr. Samantha Joanne Gay. Roberta Greenfield. Nia Ellery Harris. Alexa Hobday. Josie Lee Holly. Hannah Louise Mortimer. Rebecca Mullen. Valerie Pitchers. Jessica Louise Rees. Lucy Ridsdale. Victoria Jane Smith. Eleanor Catherine Swain. Katie Ann Tonks. Mark John Wellstead. Aisha Anjum. Josie Bennett.
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddiriedwyd i mi derbynnu a chwi i radd bagor y mewn gwyddoniaeth ac i hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Caris and Harad Mavanwi Bissett. Melissa Louise Blees. Lucy Bowden. Josephine Harriet Brown. Michelle Caldwell. Faye Elizabeth Ruth Davis. Francesca Day. Charlotte Endicott. Kimberly Charlie Hewitt. Alice Mary Fowler. Alice Louise Freighter. Jenna Gardner. Maurice Elena Gaskell. Rebecca Louise Harvey. Emma Jane Haywood. Rebecca Jodie Ingram. Keris Jenkins. Amy Kirk. Alexandra Marley. Katie Eleanor Matthews.
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddiriedwyd i mi derbynnu a chwi i radd bagor y mewn gwyddoniaeth ac i hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Nikki Emma Mesnard. Jodie Palmer. Emily Rosemary Ann Parnell. Hannah Reeves. Polly Ivy Ryder. Nikita Salmon. Lorna Saville. Harriet Simon. Charlotte Stevens. Sophie Rose Street. Bobby Sullivan. Alice Jane Tanner. Mercedes Faye Thomas. Rianne Elizabeth Thomas. Gemma Thompson. Femke Elizabeth Maria Vorstman. Hannah Washington Jones. Joanna Welch. Catherine Rose Williams.
Rhaid awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd I mi, derbynu a chwi I radd bagor y mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl freiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor Malcolm Williams, introduce those who have received the Professional Graduate Certificate in Education. Nathan Mark Gibbons. Haya Imran. Ibtisam El Noor Mohammed. Rukia Rahman.
Rhaid awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd I mi, derbynu a chwi I dystysgrif raddedig broffesiynol mewn addysg yn y gweithle ac I holl freiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor George Boyne, introduce those who have received the Postgraduate Certificate in Education. Matthew Liam Abraham. Claudia Elizabeth Algieri. Roxanne Andrews. Joanna Christina Ballon. Chelsea Browning. Timothy Peter William Bubird. David Edward Burrows. Lisa Margaret Calloway. Jeremy Philip Cody. Kiara Creed. Andrew Hamilton Davis. William Benjamin Garner. Jennifer Louise Goff. Faye Elizabeth Griffiths. Charlotte Hayden. Leah Tackworth Hughes. Claire Louise Johnson. Phoebe Page Jones-Keane. Alexander James Lawrence. Jill Mary Lewis. Katie Lewis.
Rhoi awdurdod o Brifysgol ymddiriedwyd i mi, derbyniaf chwi I ddystysgrif o'r rhyddedig mewn addysg ac I hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Wolfgang Luca. Richard John Maddox. Rosalind Martin. James Nicholas Mather. Jeremy Charles Meadows Taylor. Claire Mitchell. Mariha Moshin. Lucy Annabel Murray. Olusola Adiola Okihira. Christopher Jonathan Philip Owen. Carol Ann Padden. Jessica Elizabeth Polkinghorn. Sarah Emily Ralphs. Stuart Carl Reid. Annalise Richter. Lynette Robertson. Martin Rowlands. Brett Lee Smith. Mylir Bryn Tequin. Kirsty Ann White. Carl Joseph Williams. Rachel Louise Wood.
Rhoi awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I dystysgrif o'r rhededig mewn addysg ag I hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor George Boyne, introduce those who have received the postgraduate diploma. Ralph Buiser. Desai Shan.
Rhoi awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I ddiploma o'r rhededig ag I hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor George Boyne, introduce those who have received the degree of Master of Arts. David Allen Rhodes. Gavin Alsop. Christopher David Thomas Jones. Jasmine Elizabeth Selby. Alexandra Tyson. Toko Adachi. Hannah Davis. Sam Duggan. Eleanor Alice Dunn. Jared Mark Evans. Maria Louise Gibson. Luke Harrison. Robert Hayward. Lisa Marie Hewitt. Tracy Howarth. Alexander Hoyt. Lucy Jones. Jessica Ruth Lang. Sean Louise Angol-Law. Ruana Lee.
Rhoi awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd I mi, derbyniaf chwi I ddadathro yn y celfyddydau ag I hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Rebecca Lewis. Rhiannon Louise Lyons. Nicola Manley. Rachel Mealing. Amy Medley. Magdalena Mwiebek. Lee Mitchell. Deborah Morgan. Joanne Mundy, Tobalin Mapita, Sharon Riley, Anoil Rogers, Elaine Judith Rosier, Miranda Joy Rushant, Gabriella Sidoli, Natasha Danielle Smith, Isabel Tapona Tukawira, Amy Louise Webster, Amy Williams, Laura Margaret Williams,
Rhaid awdurdod o Brifysgol am ddriadwyd I mi derbyniaf chwi i'r addathro yn y celfyddydau ag I holl freiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor George Boyne, introduce those who have received the degree of Master of Music. David Cheetham, James Harry Deeney, Joseph Robert Hilliard, Julia Elizabeth Howell, Tristan James Watson,
Rhaid awdurdod o Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd I mi derbyniaf chwi i'r athro mewn cerddoriaeth ag I holl freiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor George Boyne, introduce those who have received the degree of Master of Science. Alice Victoria Hayden, Emma Ruth James, Matthias Eric Pierre Laurent, Robert Charles Morter, Ahmed Nasser Al-Dasari, Oliver Blocker, Andrew Charles Gibson, Rhiannon Jane Morgan, Catherine Amelia O'Brien, Jennifer Ann Stoves, Alicia Zelishenka, Adrian John Strain, Rebecca Vincent Newson, Simon Edward Jones, Zoe Angela Randell, Darren Matthew Andrews.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd i mi, derbyniaf chwi i'r addethrwm ein gwyddoniaeth ag i hoff freiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Thomas James Cartwright. Sing-Yu Chow. Gregory James Davis. Stephen Mark Dolan. Jamie Louise Eidman. Richard Anthony Inman. Mila Rumenova Ivanova. Eleanor Kate Johnson. Joshua James Lackmaker. Rachel Diana Manning. Louise Janet McGruer. Helen Elizabeth Rendell. Alexander Theophilus. Rhiannon Yap.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddiedoedd i mi, derbyniaf chwi i'r addethrwm ein gwyddoniaeth ag i hoff freiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor George Boyne, introduce those who have received the degree of Doctor of Education. Ewan Jonathan Hales. Claire Margaret Kell.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddiedoedd i mi, derbyniaf chwi i'r doeth yr ymwyn addysg ag i hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor George Boyne, introduce those who have received the degree of Doctor of Health Studies. Marion Shirley Andrews-Evans. Victoria Carolyn Welch.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol am ddyddiadoedd i mi, derbyniaf chwi i radd doeth yr ymwyn astudiaeth a iechyd ag i hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor George Boyne, introduce those who have received the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Cheryl Alsop. Daniel Ian Bickerton. Victoria Chessel Edgar. Ricardo Sebastian Childs. Joanne Louise Coates. Michael Paul Donnelly. Daniel Andrew Gordon. Amy Grant. Lee James Gregory. Naomi Holford. Philippa James. Christopher Kim Yuen Pak Su. Lucy Emma Sims. Stuart Allen Sims. Rachel Elizabeth Southworth. Rachel Elizabeth Taylor Swan. Michael John Thomas. Michael Rees Morgan Ward.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, dibynnu ar chwi I radd doethor mewn athroniaeth ac I choffreiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
I, Professor George Boyne, introduce those who have received the degree of Doctor of Social Work. Jeremy Simon Dixon. Stephen Gethin Jones. Nicholas Keith Pike.
Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi, dibynnu ar chwi I radd doethor mewn gwaith cymdeithasol ac I choffreiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
We come now to the final degree to be awarded at this ceremony, and it's our custom to provide some background on the work that led to the award of the degree. William Housley's work crosses divides both in research areas and methods. He works in cross-disciplinary teams on a variety of social issues and problems, as diverse as art in a devolved Wales, hate speech, and social media and crime sensing. William has embraced enthusiastically and with great success the social research possibilities of powerful computing and new social media. Along with colleagues in the School of Social Sciences and the School of Computing, he established the Collaborative Online Social Media Observatory, COSMOS. Cosmos is leading the new field of digital and computational sociology, analysing data from new social media, particularly tweets, and mining everyday transactional data to solve important questions in areas such as crime and voting. William Housley's vision and hard work have been pivotal to this development. I now come to the formal part of the announcement. I, Professor George Boyne, introduce those who have received the degree of Doctor of Economic and Social Sciences. William Housley.
Toriawdurdod o Brifysgol am ddyddiadwyd I mi derbynio chwi I raddwaith ar mewn astudiaethau economaidd a chymdeithol ac I hoff reiniau ar radd hon. Congratulations.
Can I now invite all of you who have received your awards this afternoon to stand so that you can receive the greetings of the Chair of Council, Mr. John Jeans, and of the President of the Students' Union, Mr. Harry Newman. Please stand.
May your care ever be for the good name of our university and the well-being of our world.
You are now members of the distinguished alumni of this university. May your association with the university be cherished and be constant throughout your life. And may your care ever be for the fellowship of our university and the welfare of all people.
Before you sit down, I'm sure that all you very proud graduates would like to join in a long-standing tradition at Cardiff University at these ceremonies, and that is to pay a special tribute to your families and friends who have supported you in so many ways over many years, not least financially, and indeed to thank the academic staff who've helped you reach this important point in your life today. Can I therefore invite you to turn around to greet your family and friends and say a special and public thank you to them all by giving them an enthusiastic round of applause. Thank you, and please be seated.
Vice-Chancellor, if I may, a personal congratulations to all the students graduating today, particularly those that survived my teaching, and a special tribute to the shoe designers of the world. Vice-Chancellor, it's my very great privilege to introduce Madeline Bunting as a Fellow of Cardiff University. Born in Yorkshire, Madeline Bunting read history at Corpus Christi College, Cambridge, and won a Knox Foundation postgraduate fellowship to study politics at Harvard University. Madeline joined the Guardian newspaper in 1989, and since then she's worked on the newspaper in a number of positions. These have included news reporter, leader writer, and religious affairs editor. In 2010, she published her book, Willing Slaves, How the Overwork Culture is Ruling Our Lives. This is an analysis of British work culture which examines what we might call the pathological Protestant ethic, in which the culture of work in contemporary society distorts our social values, distorts everyday life, and interferes with family, friends, and leisure. I know all the graduating students in the hall today will recognise the syndrome. Her most recent book, The Plot, a biography of an English acre, is a remarkable one. It transcends genre. It's part memoir, part history, part elegiac, and is suffused with a distinctive spirituality that in fact informs all of Madeline's work. Her father bought the lease on an acre of land in Yorkshire, and on it he built a chapel that he decorated himself with his own sculpture and other artworks. For Madeline, it's a place of memory and return. It's also a starting point for reflections on time and space and identity, in which personal biography and a sense of place are woven into the many layers and flows of English history and personal autobiography. The book was awarded the Portico Prize in 2010. I recommend it to all in the hall. I don't get any commission on it whatsoever. I don't think I do, Madeline. Madeline is a regular writer for the Catholic Weekly The Tablet, a contributor to the New Statesman, and regularly appears on television and radio. She writes on a wide range of topics, including politics, religion, science and ethics, women's issues, and social change. Her work has been recognised in various ways, including the Race in the Media Award from the Commission for Racial Equality for her work on the British Muslim community, the Imam Wa Ahmad Special Award, and the One World Trust Award. She was awarded a Joseph Rowntree Fellowship to research her book, Willing Slaves, and she was awarded a fellowship on the Templeton Cambridge Journalism Programme. She is the very model of a public intellectual. And we, in our turn, Vice-Chancellor, are delighted to add to her honours by admitting her today as a Fellow of Cardiff University. Yn rhydeddus is gan Hechlor, cyflwynaf I ti Madeline Bunting fel camrawr ar anrhydedd Prifysgol Cardiff.
Trwy awdurdod a doddododd I mi gan y Cyngor, derbyniaf chwi fel cymrawd ar anrhydedd Prifysgol Cardiff. Many congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed. It's a great honour to be here in the presence of so much achievement, and it's a great privilege to join you at this particular moment. I have also to say a particular congratulations to the number of women who managed to get up and down the steps in those terrifyingly high shoes. I'm very sorry, but when you're sitting up here, as my colleague has already mentioned, the shoes do make quite a feature. And having never been able to walk in high shoes myself, I'm deeply admiring. I'm not much used to reflecting on my own career, and when I look at yourselves and remember the moment when I was in your position, I can't quite believe that several decades, let's be tactful, several decades of my career have passed by, and passed indeed so quickly. You have no idea how quick it goes. but I thought I would just try and pick out a few threads that I can see that are common to every chapter of my work as a journalist and a writer, in the hope that perhaps there's something in those that might be of use to you as you embark on your careers. The first thread I want to sort of identify is the one that triggered my ambition and my decision to take up a career as a writer. And I know exactly where I was, and I remember exactly the moment. I was a volunteer in Sri Lanka in 1983, and I was a very nervous, very homesick 18-year-old, and I was very curious about the country I'd arrived in. But what I found is every time I ended up with someone who could answer many of the questions I had, I was tongue-tied and intimidated. When this beautiful country was torn apart by communal violence, which triggered a full-scale civil war for the best part of the next 25 years, I wanted so badly to understand the causes of such violence. And that's where I decided I would be a writer. The single most important characteristic required of a journalist is curiosity. You have to really want to know. And it seems to me that it's a characteristic useful for every career, any career. Always, always, always a desire to better understand, to develop greater insight. The second thread I can identify is the desire to communicate, to tell the stories that need to be told or should be told. And often I've found out it's about translating between people with very, very different life experiences. How can people better understand a situation or another person's views? How can one spread wider understanding to feed the public conversation which shares our politics, our society, and touches every aspect of our lives? For we are deeply sociable, storytelling animals. Last week I interviewed Amartya Sen in Trinity College, Cambridge. It was a deeply inspiring moment to meet someone who believes passionately in the capacity of human reason to relieve human suffering, and how the argument for justice has to be made as part of a process of public deliberation, which is the lifeblood of democracy, and to which he has dedicated his career. As my career developed, I became a columnist. I was no longer reporting on others. I had the privilege of articulating my own arguments and ideas. And a third thread emerged, which is how to enrich that public conversation, to challenge the easy cliches and lazy assumptions, the sometimes comfortable consensus, and in particular to bring to bear a very personal preoccupation about how to anchor ethics in that public conversation. Because human beings have always used their imagination, emotion, and reason to create an ethical understanding of the communities they live in and their responsibilities within them. What intrigues me is how that ethical dialogue is conducted as the institutions which used to sustain it, both religious and political, lose credibility. What replaces institutions of collective ethical meaning? Or are we left with an opinionated, individualistic self-absorption, a culture of narcissism? So I still see a crucial role for journalists to speak to a wider ethical purpose, to provoke and challenge the complacencies and self-absorption. And now everyone has a voice, not just a few columnists. They blog, they comment, they tweet. There's a huge proliferation of voices. The public conversation has been democratized. With an explosion of debate online, there is a danger that, as in the Tower of Babel, whoever shrieks loudest is the one who gets heard. And a concern that in that rush to be heard, for our own voices to be heard, we're in danger of failing to develop what's equally important, our powers of listening. Deep listening. The kind of listening which is not just waiting until a chance to speak, the kind of listening which inspires others to articulate their voice. So curiosity, communication, and ethics. These are the three threads that have sustained me through nearly 3 decades of rapid change in the industries in which I have made my career, journalism and publishing. I'm all too well aware of how bizarrely high-minded this must all sound, when journalism has been so badly tarnished by the phone hacking scandal and the reputation of journalists is at an all-time low. But at this time of dramatic technological change, it's all the more important to remember some of the values which have inspired journalists and which contribute so powerfully to that process of public deliberation. I started my journalist career in a magazine office thick with the fug of cigarette smoke and reverberating with the clatter of typewriters and constantly ringing phones. I took my first portable computer, an Amstrad, to work on a luggage trolley. Now the Guardian's newsroom is as silent as a library. Everyone is on email, Twitter, text. But human adaptability and resilience is immense, and the curiosity is as alert as ever, as WikiLeaks and Snowden's revelations in the recent story over the National Security Agency demonstrate. But one small plea: we will only really exploit the new opportunities of this new digital technology affecting our communication and public deliberation if we also remember those skills which require patience and attentiveness, and above all, the ethical imperatives of justice and compassion which sustain the best journalism, the best writing, and I hope sustain you in your careers to serve, as we've already heard, the common good.
As Chair of the University's Council, I now have the duty to draw these proceedings to a close. This occasion is naturally one of the most pleasurable in the university calendar. It's a joy to be on this platform and to see the pride and relief of all the new graduates as they cross the stage. It's wonderful, too, that you've all had the opportunity to share this occasion with today's illustrious honorary fellow, Madeleine Bunton, a real inspiration to us all for award-winning journalism and work in the media industry. I trust that the pride and joy that you feel today will stay with you always. In the years to come, you will look back on your time in Cardiff University and realise that the happiness you've experienced, the friendships you have made, and the depth of knowledge and experience gained have all served you well in your journey through life. Today, you join in the worldwide family of Cardiff University alumni. It's a family that helps you stay in touch with each other and with us. I hope that you'll remember and share your experience, and you'll come back to see us often, and you'll continue to support us so that a new generation can benefit as you've done from the outstanding teaching and learning here at Cardiff University. On behalf of Cardiff University, therefore, your academic staff, the officers, your fellow students, and the great body of alumni throughout the world, I wish you every success in the future, good luck, and a safe journey home.